Imam Abdul Rauf, the chief of Cordoba Initiative, building the mosque, wants to impose Sharia law in USA. Sharia law denies equal rights to women. It wants women to put on burqa from top to bottom. It does not allow women to drive. Under Sharia law in Pakistan's northwestern region, Taliban banned all the music video stores and schools for women. Under Sharia law, if anyone is found guilty of any crime, his limbs are chopped off. Sharia law is completely derogatory in nature and incompatible with our constitution. Imam Abdul Rauf doesn't believe that World Trade Center was destroyed by Muslims. He is a true follower of Islam. Instead of blaming his co-religionists, Imam Abdul Rauf finds fault with America's foreign policy. In a video clip shown on the Fox News, Imam Abdul Rauf says, and I quote, we tend to forget in the West that the United States has killed more Muslims, has more Muslim blood on its hands than Al-Qaeda has on its hands of innocent non-Muslims. I think this is the misuse and exploitation of the freedom of expression and should be construed as an anti-national activity. Indirectly, Imam Abdul Rauf is supporting most wanted terrorist Osama bin Laden. Imam Abdul Rauf is the head of Cordoba Initiative. Cordoba is located in Spain, where Islamists had established caliphate to rule over Western Europe, which finally collapsed in 1016. It was the period of suffocation and enslavement for Christians and Jewish people. During that period, thousands of churches were vandalized and destroyed, and untold brutalities and savageries were heaped on Christians and Jewish people. Cordoba is the symbol of Islamic victory and supremacy of Islam over Europe. Muslims feel proud when they talk about Cordoba and the dishonor and degradation of non-Muslims. It is the symbol of Islamic domination over Europe and subjugation of non-Muslims. Imam Rauf wants to establish Islamic ascendancy and authority over America. In the same way, in the same manner, Muslims had defiled and destroyed synagogues in Jerusalem, churches in Egypt, and temples in Mathura, Kashi, and Ayodhya in India, and built mosques over them. Muslim population in USA is less than 1%, but they have already built 1900 mosques. According to Hassan Bagby, professor of Islamic Studies at the University of Kentucky. According to an Associated Press report, in the Nashville suburb of Murfreesboro, Muslims are building a mosque on a 15-acre land. However, the opponent of the mosque argue that this mosque will be turned into a terrorist training ground for Muslim militants bent on overthrowing USA government. Bob Sheldon, a 76-year-old retiree who lives in the area, believes that they are not a religion, they are a political militaristic group. In Temecula, California, opponents of the mosque worry that it will turn the town into a haven for Islamic extremists. This opponent's view is supported by Turkish Prime Minister, who recently said that the mosques are our barracks, the domes are our helmets, the minarets are our bayonets, and the faithful are our soldiers. It is as good as military system. Imam Abdul Rauf is a devout Muslim. He is an expert on Islam. He is a very smart guy. He must be fully familiar with the law of al-taqiyya, which enjoins on Muslims to lie and cheat to promote the cause of Islam. We are not sure whether he is playing the law of al-taqiyya with naive and gullible infidels Americans or not. All the above factors have created a concern, suspicion, and distress in New Yorkers about the hidden intent behind construction of this mosque, and hence this opposition. I do not think it is right to label 70% Americans who oppose mosque near ground zero as intolerant or bigots. America is the most democratic and free country in the world, where, unlike Islamic nations, right of free speech is permissible under law. Hence, I believe that those who hurl invectives and epithets on the opponent of mosque are infringing on the rights of fundamental rights of freedom of expression guaranteed under Constitution given to American citizens.